Gwyneth? Oh, no, sorry. Anne pala. Or Gwyneth.
Huh?
Daming names. Okay, let's just go. Let's just go with Anne. Alright, hey, what's up everybody? So today we are gonna be doing another Q&A, and this time it's gonna be with one of the people I've known practically my entire life, and his name is DARIN. He's older than me, but
I'm a child. We went to the same school. Basically, we've known each other since we were like 6 or 7, but we weren't really friends.
yeah, at the start.
At the start, we
were far from friends.
far from friends. I used to make him cry all the time. And then probably when I was 15, 16, we said,
freaking elevator.
okay, good job. I remember you invited me to church, and then after that, we became best friends ever since.
Alright, so that's pretty much how we met. So now we're gonna be going straight with the questions that you guys sent. How do you come up with the right words to say, Andre? Because it impresses me every single time.
Sabi Andres, I won't answer. Okay guys, it's nice meeting you, bye-bye.
When I say the words, I don't think like, oh, this is the perfect word every single time. I really just feel what's on my heart. More than what you say, also it's really important on how you say it. You can say the kindest thing, but then if your tone and your expression is far from kind, then it won't come across as kind. Oh, you know what, your life, it's really worth it, you know? You know, you should really live every day, keep moving forward, even though you feel like giving up. Okay, what's something you want to remind people of in times of difficulty? I would say you don't have to go through that problem alone. And I say that almost all the time, but I think people really need to understand that, because there's so many I've met, when they're going through a problem, they don't want to open up to other people because they'll say, oh, I don't want them to feel bad for me, or I don't want them to feel what I'm feeling, so I'll just keep it to myself. But then in the process, you end up just making more pain for yourself. And if they really were your friends in the first place, they would be there with you in the pain.
Understand that what you're going through, you know, and like if you look at your problems back then, you know, the things that we've been through that we thought was gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
Take a step back and evaluate the situation and think of ways to just move forward. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to solve the problem overnight, but you can solve it bit by bit.
Advice for someone who's been trying to cope up, even if things are completely falling apart.
Try to talk to someone about it, but don't spill the tea with everyone. Don't want your business out there too much. Find the right person that you know wants the best for you. You don't want to do it alone because you get caught up in your own thoughts and you need someone to just process with. I know that was you whenever I was going through something. We help each other.
Okay, Kate, great. Your name, I appreciate. Okay, how to learn.
Bar game.
How to learn to love yourself. Let's go Justin Bieber.
And the song!
What helped me love myself more was when I realized ultimately that God actually made you and He had you in mind, and He saw a future for your life and a purpose for your life. Once I realized that, I was like, wow, God put so much thought to creating me, and so I must have significance.
So when you find your identity in Him and know where you stand, it's not that you stop having these doubts, it's more so you go back to that. When we encounter God for who He really is, it changes our lives in a way where, we learn how to love ourselves because we found love in Himself. As cheesy as that sounds. But it's true.
How to move on. Like this.
Know where you want to go instead of dwelling on where you've been.
Ooh.
That's tweetable.
That's fire.
That's fire. Because when you focus on where you want to go, you find yourself getting better each day. Because I know where I'm going.
Just to add to what you said, so as you focus on where you're going, you also walk alongside people that will help you move forward when you feel like you can't move forward. Because they will help push you towards the way you need to go. Gwyneth? Oh, sorry. Anne pala. Or Gwyneth.
Huh? Daming names.
Okay, let's just go with Anne. Paano po mapipigilan mag-overthink?
Don't think. Okay, next question. Well, if you're talking about overthinking about problems, I try to have my brain think of solutions. Because when you think of solutions, then you're like, well, now I'm done thinking about it because I thought of a way to go about it. But if you're just overthinking in general, I don't know, don't drink coffee.
Also, take a moment to ask yourself, is this actually helping me? Because when you are aware that you're overthinking, it's easier to stop. Not easy, but easier.
What keeps you motivated, not just in doing YouTube, but life in general?
Well, I only do YouTube.
He doesn't even have a channel.
Well, for me, how to keep motivation, especially when it starts getting boring or when you feel like getting dull. What works for me is reminding why. Reminding yourself the why. Tell me why. Like why you did what you did.
Yeah.
Because in anything that you do, especially if you want to do things with longevity.
Longevity.
Yeah. Big word. 7 points in Scrabble. No. Then you have to remind yourself of the why. Why you started this.
Why you started doing what you do?
Yeah. You remind yourself of the why.
Brian Rose, what's your perspective about broken friendships? Well, there's some friendships that are really just there for a time, and you really just have to move forward. Because if you just keep trying, correct. If you just keep trying to go back to something that's not supposed to be there, you waste your energy, you waste your time, and then sometimes you get even more hurt.
I guess you have to ask yourself if it ended the right way. There's some broken friendships that you just needed to forgive them, or you guys needed to talk it out properly in a healthy way. But there are some friendships where it's like we were friends for a while, then life took us this way, and I went the other way, and that's okay. It is kind of a bummer, but you just ask yourself like, did you end the friendship well?
Yeah.
What can you do to remedy that? And if it really can't, then I believe that God will bring people into your life that will, what you feel like was broken, that will actually be refreshed with those new friendships.
Celine Hope asked, how to get up again after we fall?
Ako kasi, I've fallen already.
Oh.
Joke lang!
But in all seriousness, how to get up again after you fall? Sometimes maybe it might not be you bringing yourself back up, but it's the people around you helping you get up. And that's dependent on the people you surround yourself with. Go read it! Read it, bro!
How to find courage to confess your feelings to the person you love.
Yeah, Dan, how?
How to find courage.
Yeah, Dan.
Why me? Love a God. I'm fairly simple. I'm just gonna ask you out. That sounds very straightforward, but it's true. Honestly, you just suck it up and just do it. There's no easy way to go about it. That person says yes or no, I'm willing to ask them out. But to say I love you already, that's pretty strong. Telling me like that. Like, don't be like, I love you, can we have kids now? And can we get married now? No, that's pretty intense. If you're a guy, be a gentleman.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Ask them properly, don't play around with their feelings, bro.
If you see them as someone that is worth being in your life and in your future, you're gonna realize like, yeah, this is gonna be worth it if I do it. How to stay focused on your goals when you feel like no one believes in you?
You look at your dream and you look at your goal, and the fruit of that, like what happens when you accomplish that, should always overshadow the voices around you. Your dreams, especially if they're big and they're crazy, they will always be challenged. But I also believe that when you're passionate about what you're doing, passion is attractive. So along the way, you're gonna meet people that are passionate about it.
And
That's
they will
why
help fight alongside you.
Yeah, that's what happens with us.
For sure, there's gonna be times when you will feel discouraged, but then that's why we go back to like, who do you surround yourself with so that you can get that extra support to keep on going regardless of how you feel.
I'm the only one in my barcada who doesn't have a boyfriend. How to encourage myself that it is okay to be alone when they all left. Wow! Wow, what was that time, bro? I think it is completely fine to be alone.
Doesn't mean you'll be alone forever too, just because you're alone now.
Yeah, like having a relationship is not the epitome of relationships. Like you can be by yourself and happy. Like it's actually possible.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you practice.
How do you spread positivity within the people around you? You can impart positivity in a simple way, like even by just saying, hey, you know what, that outfit you're wearing, that's really nice. Or you compliment their shirt, compliment what they're wearing, or when they do something good, you'd be like, wow, you did that, good job. And small things can actually mean so much to people. They might seem small to you, but that could mean the world to someone else.
And you never know that your positivity could be what sparks them to give it back to others.
How to just be yourself when you yourself know that others won't love you for being yourself? Well, the question I would ask is, why are you surrounding yourself with people that don't accept you for who you are?
But there's also a difference between people that are toxic around you and people that just want to see you grow. I think a good question to ask is, are they toxic in my life or they just want me to grow? Because sometimes we need to be honest with ourselves. There's so many things we can grow, and that's okay. But if they are toxic and all they see is all your mistakes, then yeah, take it yourself. Who you surround yourself with.
Also, are you surrounding yourself with people that are just tolerating you or challenging you to become better? Because you'd want friends that are there to not just accept you for who you are, but then push you because they know that you can be so much better than where you're at. Who is Angelic the Mayo?
I am Angelic the Mayo.
There's a zombie apocalypse. What will be your weapon and why?
A spoon. Yeah, he's dead. Next.
Advice, whenever a person feels like he's always there for everyone, but there's nobody really there for him. Personally, that is something I have felt a lot. I think the reason why that happens for me is because there are times I focus so much on the loneliness of the present moment that I forget that there are actually people around me, like this guy and some other close friends that are actually there to support me. I just forget. And so sometimes I really just need a reminder that there are actually people that are there for me, and maybe I just need to talk to them.
For me, I had to learn to not put unnecessary expectations on people because they will disappoint you. Like, they're not perfect. Your expectations have to be realistic. Doesn't mean you have low standards, but it has to be realistic.
Yeah. Not the question, but I do hope you had a nice day.
Thanks for the not the question.
How to make your parents allow you to shadow with your friends? I don't know what shadow means.
What's shadow?
You know, when there's sunlight in front of you, behind you there's a shadow. Okay, bye. How to easily let go? Like this. But in all seriousness, I don't think easily is possible to add to let go, especially if it means so much to you.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be easy. That's the thing. We're always looking for something easy and convenient for us. But then if you really want to grow, you have to understand it's not always going to be easy. When will we meet? Why do people leave?
I'm sorry, man.
Because sometimes they're not meant to stay.
Dang!
Oh. Focus on the ones that stay too.
Invest in them.
How to be yours.
How to be yours.
First, you need to learn how to be his.
Wow, super spiritual. I have a better question. What would you think would be a perfect girl for me, and then also what a perfect girl for you is?
Okay. Obviously loves Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Has a heart of a servant. Like she's like not
Guys, no, wait. Understand what that means. That's not what that. No, like no.
He always wants to be treated like a man.
No. No, that's not what that means.
No,
I respect and value them so much, and I would serve them.
No. She has a servant's heart, meaning she is a person that doesn't just look out for herself.
Yeah,
she looks out for other people.
And I'm the same way. Like, I want to serve people and like honor people well.
You don't have to justify it, it's alright.
Yeah, I know. It's just they don't know me. They know you.
Athletic, outgoing, funny, cultured, knows how to debate, doesn't just agree with everything, loves challenging the norm.
Wow. That's why.
Also, maybe like a plus would be fashionable. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are also my standards.
Yeah, I know. So, copy paste. No, to add to that, I think would also be a very free and outgoing spirit. Like, I know you love to hike, you love to travel.
I love to hike.
Well,
I only hiked like once.
Okay, fine. I heard you wanting to hike, wanting to travel.
I like traveling.
He likes adventure.
Yeah, adventure.
When she says something, it's properly thought out. Loves family, someone who knows how to balance seriousness with fun. That's how it would be his.
How to be Darren's. This is our last question. She asks, how are you?
I still.
Okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just
You know how sometimes when you have a conversation with a person and they ask how are you, and then they just say you're fine, but then you can feel like they're not actually fine.
So true.
And it seems like the question, how are you, becomes so shallow because we ask the question out of a shallow place. It's just like a greeting. Instead of saying hi, it's just, how are you? And then they don't even answer, you just walk away.
Yeah.
But I really want to challenge everyone watching this. When you ask, how are you? Will you just settle for a person that says, oh, I'm okay? Or will you actually try to dig deeper to see what's really going on? Because you never know what conversations could come out of that. Like, I've had some where I asked, how are you again?
Yeah.
And it ended up with them really explaining how they feel.
And if they really are okay, then that's great.
Yeah.
But I would challenge you to always look deeper in a person, to always find the gold in them,
Yeah.
to always see if they really are okay. Because you never know what a simple how are you and how are you again could do.
Actually might help someone that's dealing with so much brokenness on the inside. So that's pretty much the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Darren, for joining me in this video. If you'd like to follow him, you can check out his social media details, which will be placed down below. And if you find him annoying, send him direct messages full of hate.
And I'll respond.
With kindness. Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Joking.
Okay, don't forget, make your life count. See you guys. Peace. Look at the camera.
I'm so sorry. Down below my Instagram. What was I saying?
What were you saying? What were you?
Oh, they
my.
don't, guys, they don't want me to answer the question.
Wait.
You do love someone that is not just being spoon-fed. I think try to talk about again. Try to talk it.
Yeah, like a.
Racing can't afford to make a pit stop.